Hey guys, welcome to Peaceful Yoga. So tonight will be the second time that we've tried our abbreviated class. I talked to some people after class last week and everybody seemed to really like the shorter class. So we're going to stick with that, but you guys keep giving me feedback. I want to do what works for everybody else. So last time we kept it right around 35 or 40 minutes, and that seems to be the sweet spot. That seems to be what everybody really likes. So that's what we're going to do again tonight. But like I said, these classes are for you. So please keep me posted on what you guys want. If you want a completely different format, a different night, I'm here to make this time better for you. So just give me feedback. So we are going to get right into it. I'll have everybody start in a standing position, feet firmly rooted into the mat. I invite you to close your eyes or maybe even just soften your gaze. And we're really going to focus tonight on opening our heart, really focusing on our heart center. So with that being said, we're not going to spend too much time on alignment. Just really lift up through the spine and pay attention to if each pivotal part of your body, you've got your hips that should be over your ankles, your chest that should be over your hips, your shoulders should be over your chest or in the middle of your chest, and then your chin is kind of centered over your chest. But other than that, just get nice and tall, and more than anything, let's focus on really pulling our breath, pulling our energy into our heart center. So as you breathe in, take a big inhale in through the nose, and imagine that breath coming into the chest, into your heart, and spreading out through your body, opening up through the front of your chest. And then as you exhale, let that breath, envision that energy moving out from your heart and into the rest of your body. So with each inhale, you lift up and out with the chest. With each exhale, just feel that energy move through the whole body. And stay right here for a few breaths. Couple more breaths here. So as you get centered and focus on your breath, I just want to acknowledge we've been home for a really long time now, and it seems to really be starting to wear on people, and there's not a lot we can do right now except fully embrace this moment. In fact, my son had to remind me of it today. I had kind of a dark moment. My son said, well, why don't you think about what's right and just enjoy this day? And I have to brag, he got it from me. But it was a very nice reminder that if we are in this moment right now, if you feel that weight of your feet pressing into the mat, if you feel every sensation, if you fully inhabit your body, you are only here right now. It doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter where you can or can't go tomorrow. You are fully in this moment. So allow yourself to get nice and rooted in your body and your practice. One more breath here. On your next inhale, sweep your arms overhead, making a nice slow movement, like a big stretch, like you just got out of bed. Reach up and back, and exhale, hands to heart center. Again, big, slow, like stretching, yawning movement, opening up through the heart. Little back bend at the top. Keep the knees soft. And pull the hands down through heart center. One more time. Big, slow, exaggerated. And this time we're going to spread the arms wide, and with the flat back, we're going to come forward into a standing forward fold. If you've sat a lot today, You're really going to feel this through the backs of your legs. So be gentle with yourself. Maybe you bring your hands to your shins for now. And then gently sway side to side. Maybe shift through one knee and the other. And inhale, slide the hands up the shins, lift forward, flat back. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, so we're at the front of our mats right now, and we are going to step. I'm going to go whichever way I want. You guys can see me good. Let's step our right foot back first. We're going to come into a stance for warrior one. Instead of going right back down into down dog and inversion and putting all the strain on our hamstring, since this is a shorter class, we're going to really start to heat up the body. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to inhale the arms overhead. Get nice and tall through the chest, but keep the shoulders rolled back and down as much as you can. And you may want to open up and have the palms face each other to accomplish this. As you exhale, lean into this left leg. So you're bending the left leg, but you're not hinging forward. Okay, so from here, the next time you inhale up, you're going to straighten the front leg and bring the arms out to the side. And then the next time you inhale, you lean forward. We're going to hover here. And then as you exhale, envision you're pushing that breath out of your body as you come up. So you're going to inhale. So I'm not just bending this leg, I'm also hinging forward, but I'm keeping a flat back. So it's not a bow. It's a little bit of core engagement here. And then as I exhale, I press the hands together. One more time. Inhale, open up through the heart, hinge forward, engage the legs and the core. And exhale, come up. Okay, next inhale. Come back into just the standard warrior one. And this time just really focus on nudging this right hip forward just slightly. And maybe just a little bit of a, not so much a bounce, but shift out of it and back into it. And you should feel a little bit more opening through your hip when you do this. Maybe even a little bit of a stretch in your heel. That's another thing that tends to get affected when we're sitting a lot. One more breath here. On the next inhale, we fold forward, and now we're going to step into down dog. So hopefully you've created a little bit of heat, and this feels a little bit better than just starting out cold. And just pay attention to what the backs of your legs are doing right now. And one leg may feel very different than the other, because we've activated them in different ways. So just observe. Maybe bend deep into one leg as you straighten the other. Alternate back and forth. One more big breath. And then on the next inhale, step the right foot forward. Spin and drop the left leg to come up for warrior one on the other side. So we start by inhaling the arms up, but just remember the lift is coming from the chest, not from the arms. The shoulders are rolled back and down, palms face each other. This really helps keep a more neutral position with the shoulders. So big breath here. And then rise up. Bring the arms straight out to the side. As you inhale, hinge forward. Get nice and long and solid through your core. Exhale, press. Again, inhale forward, open up through the chest. And exhale up. One more time, inhale, hinge forward. Exhale up, and then inhale, warrior one. Maybe just the tiniest little, we'll call it a slow motion bounce. So I don't want you to think of it as really so much a bounce as just slowly moving in and out of it. As you lean forward, you're rolling this left hip forward a little bit. You're pressing that left heel down a little bit. One more breath. And exhale, fold down, step back into down dog. Big breath here. And then let's slowly start to inch our feet towards our hands. And we'll meet in standing forward fold. Take a big breath here. Inhale, slide the hands up the shins. Extend out through the crown of the head. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, so we're going to do something a little different. And I just want to preface this. This is just another way to create heat relatively quickly. I want to preface this by saying we're going to engage our lower backs a lot on this. So the two things that you want to remember as you do this is to put a nice generous bend in your knees. That's going to automatically take pressure off your lower back, and engage your core and keep that flatness in the back. And this will make more sense as we go into it. But as you're moving in and out of that, in and out of this, if you can remember, bend in the knees, engage the glutes and the core, then that's going to support your lower back. So we're going to start by bringing our right hand behind our back. And then we're going to inhale the left arm up. We're going to exhale, fold down halfway. Hold, squeeze in the core. And exhale, come down. Let the left hand touch to the outside of the left foot. And then inhale up halfway. And exhale, fold down. Two more times. Inhale, lead with your heart. Exhale, fold down. This time we inhale all the way up. Little back bend at the top. And exhale, both arms down to the side. So let's just stay here for a breath, a few breaths. Close your eyes and really tune into your body. We've started creating some heat. We've done a lot of bends. We're activating things. So just let's take a moment to really increase that body awareness. So just scan your body without judgment. Notice any places you've created heat. Maybe you feel a little bit more flexible through your lower back. One more breath here. Okay, now we're going to bring the left hand behind the back. Inhale the right arm up. Get that bend in the knees. Engage the core and glutes to support you. As you exhale, fold forward, hover, squeeze the glutes. That's what's going to hold you here. And exhale, fold down. Right hand touches the outside of the right foot. Inhale, squeeze the glutes, come up halfway, hover. And exhale, fold down. Two more times. Inhale, up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, both hands. Good. Okay, so while we're here, we're going to do a little bit of a side stretch. So bring the feet about hip distance apart, maybe even a little closer than hip distance apart. We're going to inhale both arms overhead. Go ahead and grab your left wrist with your right hand. but then plant that left foot down firmly as you reach to the right. And inhale up. Left hand catches the right hand. Plant the right foot down firmly and exhale to the right. One more time each side. So we've deliberately waited until we've really created some heat in the body to start doing these deeper stretches. We can get a lot more out of them this way. And the other side. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, let the hands pass through heart center. Come down flat back all the way to standing forward fold. Big breath here. And step back into down dog. So really focus on your points of contact with the mat here. Focus on pressing down through that space that's between the thumbs and the pointer fingers. Spreading the toes, not as wide as you possibly can, but wide enough where you create a nice solid foundation with all 10 toes. Press the heels back as though there's a wall behind you. And then do the same thing with the belly button and the hips. Like there's a wall right behind them that you're trying to touch. Pull the rib cage in. Bend the knees if you need to. We're going for a straight back here. One more breath. And then if you'd like to inhale the right leg up, maybe bend at the knee, open the hips. Always optional if that doesn't feel right. And then step the right foot all the way through. Spin and drop the left foot where it's parallel with the long part of the mat. And we're going to inhale, windmill the arms up to warrior two. So in warrior two, I'm going to turn this way so you guys can see me a little better. So in warrior two, make sure the weight is evenly distributed between both legs. You don't want to be hinged real far forward into this front leg. And then open up. Sometimes it helps to take this hand, this right hand, and physically open up the right knee. And then inhale the arms up. Lift up through the chest, but then relax the shoulders down. And then gaze over the middle finger. We're going to hold here for 2 more breaths. Pull in those points in the belly. Really secure the core, support the spine. And then we're going to drop the back hand, flip the front hand, and extend up for exalted warrior. See how long you can make your body from this right hip all the way up to the tip of the right middle finger. One more breath. And then take the right elbow to the right thigh. And let's try bringing this right hand to the lower back. And press into the lower back and see how that creates just a little bit of a gentle twist. If you don't like that, you can bring the hand to the hip, you can bring it overhead. But I just encourage you to experiment with this first and see how you feel about this gentle twist. One more breath here. And then let's windmill the hands down and step back into down dog. So again, take a couple breaths to really focus on the base of this pose, your 4 points of connection, your hands and your feet. Gentle spread through the fingers. Root down through that middle part of your hands. Really root your palms down into the mat. Press your belly button towards your thighs. Let your neck be long. One more breath here. And then perhaps you inhale that left leg up and open up at the hip, if that feels okay. Inhale the legs straight and step all the way through. So we've got the left foot in between the hands. We're going to spin and drop the right foot where it's parallel with the back of the mat and windmill the arms up. So let's make sure we're set up good in our stance. Our weight is evenly distributed in both legs. Take this left hand maybe and physically open up that left knee. Make sure you can see the big toe. And then lift up through the chest, but relax the shoulders down. Gaze over the left middle finger. Get nice and taut through the belly. Pull in those 3 points of connection, the hip bones, belly button. Engage the muscles that pull in those 3 points. 2 more breaths here. And then drop the back hand, flip the front hand, exalted warrior. So again, see how long you can make this length between the left hip bone all the way up to the left fingertip. One more breath here. And then hinge forward, left forearm to the left thigh. Try pressing the back of the left hand into the lower back. Just see if you can get that gentle twist. You might feel it a little bit in your lower back. I always feel it in my hip on the side that's open. You can even open that hip a little bit more by kind of rotating that right hip open. Whatever feels right. One more breath here. And then spin and drop both hands to the floor and step back into down dog one more time. And then come forward into plank, come down on the knees and lower all the way down. Okay, we're going to do 3 cobras, and remember, we're going to keep coming back to this these heart openers. It's not so much physically a heart opener, but we're envisioning that energy moving into our hearts with each breath. So hands come to either side of the rib cage. Bring the feet about hip distance apart, press them firmly into the mat. As you inhale, lift up through the heart. Breathe into the heart and exhale down. Again, inhale, breathe into the heart and exhale down. One more time, inhale up. Exhale down and press all the way back into child's pose. On your next inhale, come up to tabletop. A short child's pose because we're about to go back into child's pose a couple of times. So what we're going to do is actually, I'm sorry, go back to child's pose for a second because I want to set you up for this. You're going to drop your forehead down to the mat, and then you want your arms to be slightly bent. So your forearms are flat on the mat, your forehead's dropped down on the mat. As you inhale, lift up through your chin and lift your chest into tabletop. So you're kind of in this cow position as you come up. And then as you exhale, you're kind of bowing down and coming back into this child's pose. So inhale, lead with the chest, open up the heart, and exhale, bow. 3 more times. Last one. And come into tabletop. So inhale this right arm up. Really see if you can get a little bit of a twist here. Open up through the chest. And then exhale, slide the right arm under, drop down on the shoulder. And press into the left hand to come up. Next inhale, left arm floats up. Open up through the chest. See if you can get a little bit of a spinal twist. And exhale, thread under. Press into the right hand to come up and come all the way to a seated position. Okay, so before we go down to on our backs, we're going to bring the soles of our feet together. And just wrap your hands around your feet and get nice and tall. Lift up through the chest. I invite you to close your eyes or at least soften your gaze. And once again, turn to your heart center. With each breath, draw energy into your heart. With each exhale, allow that energy to move through the rest of your body, softening you, making you more present. Couple more breaths here. Good, and extend the right leg long, and then pull that left foot in towards the inner thigh as much as you can. And then I want to encourage you, if you have like a blanket or a thin pillow or something, to put it under this right hip, because what's going to happen, and what you can do if you're more flexible than I am, is just kind of push this right hip back, just kind of using a little bit of muscle. And you can keep that right hip pushed down as you hinge over this left leg. But for most of us, we need to tuck something. You can even kind of roll up the mat and tuck something under this right hip just to anchor us a little bit more. And then maybe flex that right foot. See how that changes the stretch. And then slowly roll up. Keep this right leg out. Take the right hand to the left knee and twist. Left hand is close to the body on the floor. As you press into the left hand, that helps to lengthen the spine. One more breath. And then we twist and take one breath in the counter twist. And other side. Pull the right foot into the inner thigh. Maybe tuck something under this left hip, or if you're pretty close to the ground, you can just muscle it down a little bit and then bow over the right leg. Maybe try flexing that left foot, see how that feels. And slowly come up. Left hand comes to the right knee. Bring the right hand in close behind the body and twist towards the right. Pushing into the right hand to lengthen the spine. One more breath. And then we take one breath in the counter twist. And let's come all the way onto our backs. So right foot flat on the floor, left ankle catches on the right knee. Maybe gently press into that left knee and stay right here, or pull the right knee in towards the body for a nice hip stretch. Recline pigeon. And slowly unwind. Other side. Right ankle comes to the left knee. Gently press into the right knee or pull that left knee in towards the body. You may find that this side requires something completely different of you than the other side, and that's okay. And slowly unwind. Right foot in the right hand, left foot in the left hand. Happy baby. And then as you bring the feet down, start by bringing the feet flat on the floor, mat width apart. We're going to slowly drop both knees to the right. Let them pass through center. And slowly drop both knees to the left. Back and forth. Slow and deliberate. Where you feel that stretch down each side of the body as you pause when the knees drop. The next time your knees drop to the left, let them stay there. Extend the right arm out, gently turn to look at it. Bring the knees through center and let them drop to the right. Extend the left arm out, gently turn to look at it. And bring the knees up. Extend the legs out, let the arms fall to the side and make your way into your final relaxation. So once again, let's revisit that concept from the beginning of class of tuning into our heart center. We can do this a couple different ways. We can visualize that energy. We can literally put our hands over our heart and feel the beating of our heart. We can feel our breath drawing into our chest. They all serve the same purpose, to bring us completely into this moment, completely 100% into our bodies, into our practices, on this mat in this moment where for just a moment, everything else melts away. And that's where we want to be right now. And we accomplish that by coming back to the body over and over again. If your mind has started to wander, gently pull it back to your body, back to your heart, back to your breath. Fully root yourself in this moment. Feel every sensation. If you choose to see everything as a miracle, then where you are right now is perfect. There is nowhere to run to. There is nothing else to do except be in this moment and allow what is to be. From that place of radical acceptance, major change can happen. The first step in any transformational experience is acceptance and surrender to the present moment, the way that it is. From the place, we have the awareness, humility, and power to change what is. So take a moment to see what your body needs before you slowly rise to a seated position. Perhaps a stretch or another moment of stillness. Maybe to roll on your side in the fetal position. Or maybe you want to stay exactly where you are. And you can, because you're in your home. For those of you who do want to join me in a seated position, I invite you to draw your hands to heart center. And I encourage you to express gratitude to yourself for showing up. This is an unprecedented time. This is an uncomfortable situation, but you keep showing up for yourself on your mat. You have complete control over that. And that matters. And it matters to me. You give me an opportunity to be of service to you, and that matters to me. Thank you guys for sharing your practice. Namaste.